Abundance people, I'm Hooker and I be knowing. Welcome to my garden where you come to get grounded and reside in natural peace with your guides and ancestors. In my garden, you are a candle. Your only job is to stay lit. Now be light, okay? I'm Hooker and I'm a divine channeler. I read energy, I don't miss. And if you're new here, so am I. Welcome. I'll be sharing psychic downloads to plant seeds in your spiritual garden. And if you leave my garden feeling inspired, encouraged, or empowered, please gently spank that subscribe button, give me a thumbs up about it, share with a friend, or leave a comment. I love to know that you are nourished and that you are growing. And of course, I love to know that Hooker be knowing. Now let's get into this pick a card read. I finally got it right. All right, I'm leaving that in there, okay? I finally did it right. Now, let's get into this pick a card read. Okay, y'all, so for this pick a card reading, we'll be finding out how to get back on course. I kept saying seahorses, horses, modes of travel, and like a carousel going around and around and around. And right now, it looks like everyone is needing to kind of get back on course, and we're going to start right here with these three decks. Now, from left to right, we're going to go with deck number 1, 2, and 3, starting with Black Tourmaline, then Tiger Eye, and then Chevron Amethyst over here. Hey, look, there's Hooker. She be knowing. Here's where you can find more of her. Okay, for deck number 1, we have the Black Tourmaline. And for deck number 2, we have Tiger Eye. Or Tiger's Eye, whatever it's called. And for deck number 3, we have the Chevron Amethyst. Now that you've seen all 3 stones, what I like to do is take a deep breath, close my eyes, really just think about each of the decks. And then when I open my eyes, the one that I gravitate to is usually the one that I decide upon. So I would recommend that practice for you in this pick a card reading. I didn't realize when randomly selecting the stones how much they resonated with the actual decks, but keep that in mind also, that you will get more than a little bit from these stones. So let's get into this. Starting with deck number 1. All right, so I'm just going to ask you to please bear with me. I'm going to try to look at you, my people who are here for deck number 1, instead of referring to my notes as much. And whenever I do refer to my notes, I'm going to do my best to try and edit it out or whatever, because I talk a lot and I want to get everything out. So, but anyways, let me first get to Black Tourmaline. Now, a little bit of about Black Tourmaline is a protection stone, a protection crystal, all about protection. You can use it in challenging situations, use it in times when you know you're going through some stuff at work, maybe you going through you could put it under your bed when maybe you know you not sleeping at night. You put it under your pillow. This is really good for when you're trying to transmute energy like anger, anxiety, any negative thoughts. This is also a really good thing for detoxifying your body and removing impurities. It's good for balancing your left and right brain, which is really cool. So it's a good balancing crystal. I think it's a good starter crystal as well. I also know that with this one, this is a really good crystal if you are big on electronics. If you have a lot of electronics in your house, this might be the crystal for you, because this transmutes electromagnetic waves. What am I trying to say? Anyways, but yes, this is that crystal. This is one that you do want to have around. Okay, now what I like to do is I am treating each one of these pick a card reads like a personal reading. So what I like to do with each personal reading is see what I divine on my own first, and then get to my tarot to see if there's anything that I felt like may have been missing. Now with this deck, I felt a lot of air energy. Air signs, air signs, air signs. I'm feeling a lot of air energy. Or you may have a lot of air in your placements on your chart. Now, I'm not an astrologist. I don't even play like that. I don't even act like I'm an astrologist. But I do know a little something, something. And I was feeling a lot of air. So just these notes, okay? I saw Saturn and its rings. Now, if you didn't know, Saturn is all about discipline, structure. It's like... Okay, they are, because you got to think about it. Saturn refers to like Capricorn, I want to say, and that's all about overworking yourself. So it's about kind of like, it's that structure. And even though Saturn isn't necessarily about overworking yourself, it is about getting down to the structure of it, okay? Restriction, limitation, responsibility, self-discipline, punctuality, conservation of material resources. That's another thing in there. Structure and parameters. And I feel like with this black tourmaline, just the balance of that is going to take a lot of this to move forward, because if I was feeling a lot of air sign energy, we are dreamy. We can easily get lost. Like me, I'm a Gemini, so I easily get lost in different worlds of conversation. So that's really big for us. I also saw a black candle with clear or white interior, right? And I didn't know what to expect with that. So like what I kept seeing was like, imagine like a candle. It's still kind of burning, like the room is dim, but it's split kind of down the middle. So a split of a candle, right? And the inside is pure and white. And I've never seen this kind of candle before, so if you have, let me know. But it's on the inside of it is white, but on the outside, the exterior was black. But as it melts, you see that the inside is white. And it's split in half, but melted, kind of like a wave, kind of that parting of a wave. And I didn't know what that meant, but I did kind of write down some thoughts that I did have. You may be holding it up well on the outside, because I did, like I said, that you may be having that external shell of black tourmaline, right? Trying to have that barrier of protection and not kind of being vulnerable on the inside. Maybe holding it up well inside, and you're as pure as ever on the inside. Or maybe you are forgetting who you are on the inside because of your external environment. I keep seeing, okay, yeah, I already talked about that. Okay, so, then the next thing I saw was a dragon flying through the air. Didn't I say air energy? But then with the dragon, you got to think, a dragon got fire inside. Dragon, and it may not be fire, but whatever happened whenever it come out is fire, right? That is passion, right? So lots of respected wisdom and fire within was where I wrote down for that. And I wrote down to express it creatively. Something about a dragon, because I didn't just see any kind of dragon. I saw like like the Asian style dragons, I think of like Chinese New Year type stuff. I saw that on this dragon, and it was just kind of flying through the air. It kind of had greenish eyes, and the bottom was like orangish. And the eyes, of course, were kind of white or yellow. But it was just flying through the air. But it made me think creation, something that is going to fuel you creatively. And I actually made the note to write some stuff down. And it's okay to write it down, because we be thinking 1,000 miles a minute. Like our minds really do be ticking, like all the time. Tick, 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 tick. Okay. All right. So those are some of the things about black tourmaline. Now, getting into your cards. All right. So I'm going to do my best. Why did I turn these around? I'm going to do my best to try to get out all the information that I want to get out. So please just stay with me, okay? Now, the first card, I do want to say that I felt like in this, while I was dividing on this deck, I felt like there was a lot of you resisting change, or resisting where you're able to go, and wanting to hold on to stuff that still no longer serves you. Like, you have a clear path of where you're trying to go, or where you want to go, where you know is happier for you, and you're still kind of trying to hold on to the other side, which is exactly what I got from this reverse Six of Swords, right? This reverse Six of Swords. Now, let's see, what were some of the things that I got with that? Leave behind a relationship, belief, or behavior pattern no longer serving you. I wrote that down. So the Six of Swords is always about like a personal transition. Typically, whenever it is upright, you're more leaning toward like, okay, I'm looking forward, not looking backwards. But when it's reversed, I kind of feel like you're resisting that change. You're wanting to hold on to those parts of you, like you're still holding on to the baggage of whatever it is that you're either trying to let go of, or the situation you just left, or maybe it could just be the remnants. Maybe you still have some of these thoughts, these lingering thoughts and behavior patterns that are just going on from a time in your life that you've grown from. Okay. Just jotting, looking at my notes, resistance to change, unfinished business. I really felt literally, I felt a cold on my back, knowing that what you're leaving behind was cold. I didn't feel cold in front of me. I felt a cold on my back. I also kind of like, when I look at this card, I'll turn it up right for you, right? So I kind of, whenever I was looking at this, I was kind of feeling like this energy of, whenever you're looking forward and you feel the cold of your back and you have that hood on you, all you can do is have a kind of a tunnel vision of what's coming ahead. That's what you need to be focused on, and not worry about the cold that's on your back, because the cold that's on your back is why you're leaving it. Okay. All right. Felt the cold on my back, hood on my head, shielding me from my past and providing me with a focused view of my future. I be writing, y'all. All right. Hood could be spirit. Yes, I thought of like the hood she's wearing, or the blanket, the covering she's wearing being that covering of spirit, just kind of keeping you focused in the direction that you're supposed to be going, not in the direction of like, why me? Or, not in the direction of cold. It's keeping you comfortable. You ain't feeling that cold no more. You can look forward and you see sunrise. You see sunset. You don't see troubled waters. If you look here, there's troubled waters. That's what you're leaving behind. It's dark right there. It's cold right there. And you got the nerve to want to bring it with you. I also feel like this energy may also have a child. I felt like this particular deck, you may also have to reflect on the on some experiences and how you want to show up for your children. So I was looking at that also. I saw possibly still surrounding yourself with baggage from the past into your future, reluctant to change, holding on to parts of your past, needing to recognize that letting go is so much easier than holding on to whatever it is that you holding on to. Okay, working in isolation was something else that I got. Maybe saying to yourself, like, I may need to turn away and not have to, like, I may not need to answer no questions on why I'm doing what I'm doing. I may need to be by myself a little bit, to turn away from some of these things, to let go of what no longer serves me. May try to fool yourself into thinking you can put up with it. Ooh. Now, that's what I get whenever it's reversed. So right now, that resistance to change is you trying to fool yourself. You trying to tell yourself like, oh, no. It's okay. They'll grow from it. They ain't grown from it all this time. And that's funny. I just wrote this on Twitter. The universe been universing forever. The universe ain't never changed up on you. Now, has this person changed up on you? Because a lot of time people either they change up on you and you can't never figure out where they're coming from, or they're exactly the same in their patterns, just keep on repeating themselves and go in a cycle. So a lot of times you got to name that stuff and say like, okay, well, this person might be sending me through this ringer and I might be in this cycle, but honestly, I know better. You hear me? I'm picking up Capricorn energy right now too, by the way. All right, this is also an energy of pushing beyond your comfort zone to evolve. Discomfort is a positive reaction to growth. Do you hear me? Discomfort is a positive reaction to growth, because what happens is whenever you're in the comfort zone, it becomes a very easy discomfort zone, right? And you don't want to get there. So now you got to get back comfortable, and that sometimes is hard. But that discomfort is a way for you to get back to growth, right? Let it encourage you. Resisting change because you feel like you didn't get the final say was something else I picked up with this card. You may be resisting change because maybe you're like, nah, I didn't say it could go that way. Maybe this may not have been your decision. Maybe this could also be you're leaving behind something that you didn't intend on leaving behind. You might have had to leave this way earlier than you intended to. Yeah, I'm sorry I keep looking off. I look off. I'm looking at nature. All right. May also have unfinished business, unresolved conflict, or lessons that you're bringing with you into this new journey that you're about to take. And you are about to take a new journey, because the next card that I saw was the Star card. The Star card. Now, I also want to point out the Obria Melanated Classic Tarot deck, because I love the energy of this card. This is about you pouring into yourself and pouring into others. And you're gonna need to leave that stuff behind you in order to do that. You've been pouring into yourself. You've been pouring into others. It's been growing. It's been showing. You're gaining a sense of freedom, or you're trying to. Okay, and you trying to gain this sense of freedom. You trying to gain this sense of growth. Everything around you growing. Your outside world growing. Your inside world growing. You just evolving internally and externally. You may be planting seeds everywhere. Your abundance may be flowing and sharing with other people. And now you starting to see that. You starting to be like, oh, I'm abundant too. Oh my gosh, my abundance is sharing abundance with others, and now they abundant and we all abundant together. So now we could be a big abundant ass family. All this growth around you, you are pouring into your emotions, you're pouring into your spirit, you're pouring into your thoughts, pouring into your inspired ideas, pouring into the things that drive you. You're also pouring into your environment. You may also be pouring into your family, maybe pouring into your friends. Maybe pouring into some work that you're doing right now, right? That's what I'm getting from this card. This is about hope, faith, purpose, renewal, spirituality. After a period of turmoil and destruction, you are bare of limiting beliefs and you have a new sense of self. Yes, okay? That's what I'm getting from this, all right? Notice, I don't know why more people don't mention how free and naked she is, right? Now, none of them going to be as beautiful as this deck. You see it? Okay, you see her? Do you feel me? That's some beautiful. Y'all, I'm a little fluid. And women are beautiful. And this is my favorite kind. Just beautiful and brown and black skin. Oh, girl, take me out. Anyways, yes, the Star is all about that freedom, okay? Entering a peaceful, loving phase in your life filled with calm energy, okay? Mental stability and more in-depth understanding of yourself and others. Allow yourself to dream and elevate. You may want to find or rediscover a sense of meaning, inspiration, or purpose in your life. I got a lot of living in your authentic truth here, okay? Authentic truth. Now, notice she is naked. You are bare of limiting beliefs. Didn't she say that? Didn't she say she bare of limiting beliefs? Right? She's bare of that. So this is about living in your authentic truth. This is not about she ain't put on no clothes from nobody else. She got on lotion. She got on essential oils and things. Okay? That's what she got on. All right. She is bare of limiting beliefs. She is not taking on the drama of other people. She is growing and glowing, baby. She is the Star. Her chakras are balanced. Okay, she is living in a truth that is hers. She is not worried about how others are perceiving her nakedness. She is not worried about how others are perceiving her water, her how she's pouring into others. She's not worried about that because she knows it's growing and it's glowing. She ain't worried about none of that. What y'all gonna do? You gonna either add to it or what? What you gonna do? right? So that's how she's feeling about that. Live in your authentic nature. Listen to your inner voice. It may be feeling, you may be feeling generous. You want to share your abundance with others. That's what I'm getting from this deck. Okay, that's what I'm getting from this card. Sharing your abundance with others. That's always how I feel with this. She's so naked and still has the ability to share with others. Okay, you still have it. And then you want to know something? Doesn't it look like all that she's pouring, those chalices would be empty? Doesn't it look like they would be empty, but they continue to flow? Because you want to know something? Whenever you share your abundance with others, when you share your abundance, Spirit just keeps on giving you more abundance to keep on sharing with everybody. Straight up. Straight up. Straight up. Okay, the next card that I saw, or the next card that I pulled for this deck, for deck number 1, was the Two of Pentacles. Okay, the Two of Pentacles. Now, this is every time I see this card, I get a new meaning and interpretation for it. But the biggest thing to me is balance. Okay, balance and keeping everything in flow, and knowing that when everything is in flow, you're good. Sometimes, if you're spending too much time in one place, there's going to be balance off in another direction. So that's what I get from this card. Whenever you are trying to balance yourself and also trying to, let me run that back. Okay. When you're trying to just find balance, okay? You got to find balance with this card. This is about priorities, time management, prioritization, adaptability. Remember, you don't have to be busy to get things done. This is like, I really feel that big energy of time management. Okay, you don't have to be busy to get stuff done. Remember, I used to be a restaurant manager, and something that a very good friend of mine, who I probably should hit up soon, used to tell me was, instead of telling one person to do 10 things, tell 10 people to do one thing, right? So you can do that for yourself. Instead of telling yourself to do 10 things, tell yourself 10 times to do one thing. Right? So accomplish things with balance. Tell yourself, like, I need to do this maybe today. I'm going to accomplish this within this time frame. I'm going to accomplish this at this time. And I'm going to allow myself a reasonable amount of time to do this task. Once I get this task done, I'm going to move on to the next task. I'm not going to feel bombarded by the pressure of trying to do it all at once. Okay? Like I said, you don't have to be busy in order for you to know that there's progress being made. Okay? This could also be losing sight of the bigger picture. Okay, so sometimes you trying to do everything, you spreading yourself so thin and not realizing, like, what are you trying to accomplish here? This is also a way to kind of get back grounded. Okay, get back grounded. Manage. Okay, so one way that I was saying to do that, I'm looking at my my notes while I'm trying to do this. All right, but yes, manage with a to-do list. Instead of thinking of it as a list, give yourself time, give yourself a task, yada, yada, yada. I just said all of that. Time management, managing your finances, paying bills, okay, and staying on your commitments, maintaining self-care. It's about not spreading yourself so thin. Balance, okay? You don't need to be juggling. Okay? People tell me stuff like, oh, it's hard work. You want to know something? Some stuff is not hard work. Some stuff is just it just takes a little bit more work than others. And it's not hard, because what's for you will be there for you when you get to it. And it's always going to be in alignment if it's for you, okay? It's not going to be hard work. Just find some balance to make it all work, okay? Find some balance. It's not hard to do. You just have to look at, like, where can you make your life work easier? Like I said, a task list. Sometimes I actually have to do that for myself. Like, at first I was like, ooh, I'm going to get a video out in 1 week. Child, I done been recording for about a month now, okay? And this is still my first video. But about a week or so ago, I was like, why am I just pressuring myself to do this? No, how about every day I do a new task? Every day I do this. Every day I do that. Every day I do something to make sure that this video goes exactly the way that I want it to go, and put it out on the deadline that I set for myself. Creating it and editing it. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying whenever I'm talking about creating a balance and creating like that task list for yourself. Don't spread yourself so thin. Think about all the things that you can do to make your life easier. See where you can find the balance. Because I promise you, you may be spending more time in one area and you can be putting that somewhere else. And then you'll feel like you may have a little bit of balance. Some of that balance is just getting some sleep and resting. Self-care. Okay, that's self-care in itself. Some of that balance is just getting some rest. Okay. All right, so the next card that I picked up was you are not your situation, okay? One of the keys of being spiritual as fuck, because this is from the Spiritual as Fuck Oracle deck, or daily deck, I don't know what it's called. One of the keys to being spiritual as fuck is to define who you are by something deeper inside yourself, and further outside yourself than the world can touch. You are someone, even if you're not your financial situation, your job, your relationships, or even your body. Find out who that person is and you'll be unfuckwithable. You'll probably have to do some soul searching. So what I got from this is you've grown from the things that you've gone through. You may be holding on to certain situations right now, thinking that you are your situation, thinking that those have become your identity. Some of these patterns that you may have become your identity. Some of these things that maybe you're holding on to may have become a part of your identity, that you have to take them with you, that they are baggage that you cannot get rid of. But you are not your situation. Those things can fall from you just as anything else can. Think of yourself as the star. Where's she at, baby? Where's she at? Where's she at? That ain't her. Where the star at? The star is naked. The star didn't bring with her any behavior patterns that no longer serve her. She is bare of limiting beliefs. She's bare of behavior patterns that no longer serve her. She has balance. She's pouring into herself and others. And you can do that without being your old situation and reforming your old habits. Okay? This was also saying, you are not your ego. You are not your ego. Go deeper than that. You are not your ego. Sometimes we get hurt because we feel like we are our ego. And it's like, we're not our ego. We can change up and start up and build and grow again. And your ego is not bad. Your shadow is not bad. None of that. But you are not it. Like, you are bigger than just your ego. So don't become so easily manipulated by it. Understand that you are not your situation, and understand that you are bigger than your situation. And the biggest thing about your situation is that it always has the capacity to change. You don't want your situation to become a situation, because you want to know something? It probably started out as a mood. Straight up. Okay. The next card that I picked was from I did it a little backwards. Okay, so the next card that I picked was from the Moonology deck. Not from the Moonology deck, from the Angels and Ancestors Oracle deck, okay? I told y'all, lots of air energy. We done seen swords, we done seen eagles, we done seen dragons, okay? We got the eagle. See from a higher perspective, okay? Was this the one? Let me see something. Nah, it wasn't this one. All right. But yeah, see from a higher perspective, the eagle draws his power and strength from the sun. He is powerful, strong, and courageous. He guides and he can see for miles and miles and miles, okay? Now, the thing is, you're not going to see everything for miles and miles and miles, but you always see the bigger picture, okay? Look and try to see the bigger picture. Wow, that's crazy. Look. This is a lot of bigger picture energy here. Like, the bigger picture is you, baby. The star. Okay? The bigger picture is you. Find balance in overlooking the okay? All right. This is you approaching whatever your situation is with intelligence, grace, and poise. Who am I? Okay? So I wrote this. I had a reading a while back, right? a while back, and I told a guy, because this is what Spirit directed me to do, was to tell him to think with big dick energy, right? So but I kept seeing it as a pharaoh, right? So this is confidently think like a pharaoh, calculated before going into action. You have a real ability to go higher and go beyond the limitations of your ego. Didn't I say you are not just your ego? You are not just your situation. Your current view may be limited due to your own desperation. I'm sorry to go there, but baby, that's what it is. Your current views may be limited due to your own desperation, needs, or ego. It may be blocking you from seeing the potential in your situation. See it from everyone's perspective. And like I said, I saw children. So be mindful of this deck, okay? Do all things from a place of love and your highest good, okay? And that's what I'm seeing when I think of the eagle, okay? That was the eagle. The next thing, again, more air energy. I saw the firefly, okay? We pulled the firefly. Now, the firefly brings another one similar to the dragon, that firefly energy. That is another spirit be like, yeah, girl, you be knowing, okay? Because I didn't make the association yet. I was divining, and I didn't consult with the cards when I was divining, and I was just like, okay, dragon, okay, firefly, and here I am, like, boom. All right, y'all, I'm sorry. It be really amazing me. It amazes me more and more when I be realizing that I really be knowing. Okay, but yes, the firefly. The firefly is inspired and fantastic, yet fleeting. It's pure, radiant, and illuminating. A moment of inspiration on awakening that quickly fades away if we don't catch it. Write, create, brainstorm, the light of 1,000 stars. Fire is passionate energy. So go for the passions of your authentic self, okay? Go for the passions of your authentic self, okay? Go for the passions of your authentic self. Didn't I tell you about your authentic self earlier? I did. I told you about your authentic self earlier. You need to start being you, because you're the only person that know how to do you as much as you know how to do you. You know how to do it the best. Do you hear me? You know how to do it the best. Okay, and then the last card that I saw tells me that you need to move again with calculation, with prestige. Make it look classy, baby, because you got the full moon in Taurus. Your dreams need a practical plan. Okay, your dreams need a practical plan. Full moon in Taurus, magic and practicality. Draw in what you want. Imagine it, expect it, welcome it. Balance with taking down to earth steps with your goals, towards your goals, not wishing and hoping, but actually making a list. Okay, we talked about lists, didn't we? We done already said that. This is 4 different decks, and they all saying the same thing, baby. If you're wondering about money, change of financial fortunes depending on both your past actions and what Okay, sorry. Change of financial fortunes depends on both your past actions and what you're expecting and attracting, okay? So find a balance between passionate and being overly intense, and pay attention to your cash flow. Like I said, pay attention to your cash flow, because remember, this is Taurus energy. Taurus know how to make some money, though. Taurus know how to keep money flowing in their pocket because they like to flex. Okay? So this is really like you needing to have a solid plan, attracting it. And this is also knowing that your solid plan is it. Look, if a Taurus don't know how to do nothing else, a Taurus know how to get what a Taurus want to get. They stubborn about it too. You need to kind of be stubborn with your plan. Be stubborn with where you're trying to go. Okay? Be stubborn with that shit. Do you hear me? Okay, that was it for deck number 1. Okay, deck number 1, that was it for you. I feel really empowered by that deck. I am going to go back, rewatch all of these myself, but deck number 1, that was for you. And I hope that something in there resonated with you, and if it did, please be sure to gently spank that subscribe button, give me a thumbs up about it, share it with a friend, or leave me a comment. I love to know that you are nourishing and growing, and of course I love to know that Hooker Be Knowing. You can tune in with me on Hooker Be Knowing on Instagram, Twitter, and that new one that's a secret on the iOS systems. But anyways, you can tune in with me on either of those platforms, and you can also book a reading with me. You can find that information on Instagram at Hooker Be Knowing. Y'all have a good one, and let's get into deck number 2. Okay, deck number 2. You chose the Tiger's Eye. Okay, so I want to first of all thank you for watching, and also just bear with me because I'm still referring to my notes a lot. I'm a Gemini and I like to get my word out, okay? And I feel like I have a lot to say. Now, if you chose this deck, you chose the Tiger's Eye deck. Now, deck number 2, the Tiger's Eye is all about vitality, okay? Tiger's Eye is all about clarity. This is a good stone for creativity, keeping you grounded and calm while pushing forward into a physical action. This is about primal strength. It boosts willpower and creative energy, and gives you the desire to create and the vigor to carry it into physical action, okay? This assists with overcoming fatigue and discouragement. Whenever I saw this, or when I thought about this stone, it reminded me of kind of like the lion waking up on The Wizard of Oz, even though that movie is BS. But anyways, mental clarity and balance, and it enhances logic. It's great for disagreements and seeing all sides of the whole situation, and it enhances the willingness to reach an agreement and inspire reaction. Ooh, look, and I'm trying to break it on both sides. Look. All right. This is also about maintaining health in the lungs. Also about maintaining health in the lungs and the reproductive organs. Wear it on the... Oh, yeah. Cool fact. If you're going to wear Tiger's Eye, wear it on the right arm, or you may overheat. Has something to do with the heart. So yeah, just saying. It is really good. Like I said, lungs, heart, reproductive organs, all that good stuff. Sorry, I'm looking at a lot over here. I'm reading my own notes. Okay. So something that I saw with the Tiger Eye. I like to personally divine on my pick a card readings just the same way that I would for a personal one-on-one reading. So that is what I chose to do here. Now, with this one, none of it really flowed together for me. But what you can do if this resonates with you is you can let me know in the comments, okay? So the first thing that I saw was the impact of a bowling ball hitting the front bowling pin. I just randomly saw it, like... that maybe you're feeling knocked over perhaps, and you're right in the front, it's coming straight towards you maybe. Then the next thing I saw was Mount Rushmore, and I'm like, I never think of Mount Rushmore ever. So maybe some earth signs here, maybe some hard-headedness here. A skeleton crying under a pillow, which made me think underneath it all, you may be suffocating your tears or feelings or intuition, maybe even an idea. I also saw a water spout. Now, if you don't know what a water spout is, just think of like a very skinny twister. And it just appears like they kind of, I'm going to say they appear out of nowhere, but they don't need as much cloud formation as like a twister. So they appear like in the distant on water. You can sometimes see them on a beach, and you don't want to get close to them. You don't want to swim toward them. You don't even really want to be on the beach if they start coming towards you, because that thing will lift you up. They have so much power and they just bring it, right? So yeah, it's like a water spout. So I saw a water spout. Looks yeah, it's intriguing to look at, but extremely dangerous when you get close, right? And maybe that resonates with you. Pretty to look at, but extremely dangerous when you get close. Then I saw Marlin and Dory, but trying to swim down a ski slope. So maybe some frozen feelings. Maybe you're cold or have an apathetic appetite, maybe a little rigid, when others are just trying to keep swimming. That's what I saw there. And then I saw a bow and arrow ready for defense. Like bow and arrow, like just ready. Like, don't play with me. I'm ready. I got my defenses up. With this deck, I also felt like overall, this deck, to get you back on track, this is an external pause and an internal go. So it's like you need to go inside and find out what it is that you truly, truly, truly need. I think you have some, and maybe you got some stuff to deal with internally before you start working on the outside and revisiting some stuff on the inside and knowing what it is that you're trying to get to. Because this deck, it kind of puzzled me. I'm not even going to tell you no story. So let's just go ahead and get into it. The first card that I saw was the Seven of Pentacles reversed. Now, the Seven of Pentacles, usually it points to you looking at all that you have right now and kind of just reflecting on it, seeing what you can fix, looking and seeing the fruits of your labor. But maybe you right now are not seeing the fruits of your labor. You're probably looking at it in shame, looking at how far you're not going. Maybe this is a lack of long-term vision. This could also be limited success or reward. You're questioning if you're investing in the right areas of your life. You may spend a lot of money for things that don't produce fruit, or what you thought might make you happy is stressing you out and giving you anxiety, and it isn't quite worth the effort. You may also be investing energy into a specific situation, but you won't get the rewards you're looking for. So it may be wise to do a cost and benefit analysis, like honestly and truthfully, like, okay, I'm spending my time here. I'm spending my money here. This may even be a relationship with somebody. This may even be how your health is. This may even be just this is your physical environment. That's what the Pentacles is about. It's about your physical environment. So at somewhere, you're spending some energy somewhere, whether that is money, energy, or whatever it is, that is what you're spending. And you might need to do a cost analysis because you're spending it and it's not producing any fruit. Some tasks are taking a lot of time and energy without bearing any reward. As a strength for this card, you already probably know exactly what I'm talking about. You know exactly where it is that you can move this energy. Like, you know exactly where it is. That's the strength of the card. You know the problem, so you know how to fix it. But if you know the problem and you still got the problem, then, hey, just saying. That's the strength of this card. Don't tough it out and spend time, energy, and money because you don't want to admit defeat. Sometimes you just got to say, okay, let me move forward. Because what you're doing now is you're building a trauma bond with this situation and you're going to stick with it. And here you are years later with the trauma bond that you done stuck with. You get what I'm saying? All right. And then sometimes you pour your heart and soul, but understand that there's no guarantees with anything that you're doing. I mean, anything. Whether it's a relationship, whether it's a job, sometimes you just got to go. Sometimes it's your own project. And it's not even that you got to just abandon it. It's that you got to reevaluate. You can see it. You can reflect on it. You're clearly reflecting on it. But something that I want you to notice here is if this card is upside down, you kind of hanging yourself. You holding on to what you hold on to your shovel that's in the ground. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I'm just saying there's some energy here that says, like, okay, revisit some stuff, dig in yourself. Okay. The next one was the dig in here. Okay. Like, be real with yourself. I'm picking that up. Be real with yourself. All right. The next card that I picked up was the Knight of Wands. Okay. So the Knight of Wands is the energy of passion, inspired action, adventure, impulsiveness, passion, motivation, enthusiasm. channeled through inspired action, okay? You don't care if danger lies ahead. You might even get turned on by it. So, like, you right now, you getting a thrill out of, like, you getting a thrill out of the stuff that, like, drives you. Like, you like, okay? Like, I'm excited. You're excited about whatever it is. Like, for me, right now, the stuff that is driving me, the stuff that's making me excited is mediumship. Like, that's exciting for me, right? So, yes, the Knight of Wands, this is taking calculated risk. This is taking calculated risk. This can be very, if you're needing to take calculated risk, this is saying that you may right now have like this think first, ask questions later, or act first, think later type of mentality. Let's see. Possibly impulsive and impatient. You have energy, but the rush makes you ignore consequences of your actions, okay? You need a clear plan, because you won't have any long-term success if you don't have any clear plan, because you're impulsive. You're impulsive. And a lot of time when you're impulsive, you get off track. I'm a Gemini. I get off track, okay? And I'm impulsive. I be like, okay, I did change. You need a clear plan of action. You need to set yourself a timeline. Set yourself like a realistic plan, okay? Set yourself a realistic plan. Need a clear plan with or no long-term success. When you have an idea, check in with yourself and see if it truly aligns with your goals or whether it needs to happen right now. Again, we talked about how you are impulsive, okay? You are impulsive. So sometimes you gotta so this is something it's similar to this, but think bigger because it's applying to you and you know exactly what I'm talking about. But sometimes I tell myself, because I'm like, okay, I have this money on my card right now and I want to get this thing right now at Target because I love Target. And anyways, I want to get this thing right now because I love Target, and I can't spend this money on Target right now. Let me wait for a time whenever it would best suit me to do it. It's like putting it on a wish list. Put some stuff on a wish list and let yourself accomplish it like a task list. Ooh, come on. I like that. Put your stuff on a wish list so that you can accomplish it like a task list, okay? You may realize that there's a more opportune time to pursue this idea, especially if other waiting cards like the Hanged Man or the Four of Swords come up. And I just want to tell you right now, all right, and remember that reverse Seven of Swords or reverse Seven of Pentacles definitely look like a Hanged Man. I'm just saying, okay? If the time is now, charge ahead, but be realistic and plan, okay? So it's not saying like completely like stop, but it's just saying like, hey, you need to reevaluate some stuff and come up with a real plan for this stuff because you're going to knock yourself over if that's what happened. But anyway, let's get to this next card, which was the Knight of Cups reverse. Now, the Knight of Cups to me is always a hesitation card anyways. But this one kind of tells me that you may have an overactive imagination, unrealistic. It may be you may be jealous, you may be moody. This is, like I said, hesitation, maybe in your thoughts. Maybe you're like, oh no, but maybe no, that, okay? Maybe you're guarding your idea close, so you're afraid to move ahead. Everything is a little dreamy right now. You need to ground your ideas in reality. That's what it is. You have to ground your ideas in reality. So maybe start writing it out, putting it into the physical world by writing it out and being conscious about whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish. So figure out cost, time, resources. And it gives you more weight to ground yourself in reality. This can indicate that you are sulky, moody, and jealous. Because remember, this is the Knight of Cups. Remember, just think of like that jealous knight, okay? That jealous, he all up in his feelings. Just think of like a Cancer man, okay? Cancer men be jealous, okay? I've never dated a Cancer man that did not want me to be all about him, period. And then when they anyways, I mean, granted, everybody wants you to be all about them, but it's just like, anyways, sorry. If you a Cancer man, look, I done dated enough of y'all to know better. Okay? But think about that kind of like jealous man energy, like a jealous knight, a jealous knight, okay? This can indicate that you're sulky, moody, jealous. You may feel frustrated that you aren't being given the opportunity to dream and create. And it may allow your emotions the better half of you. And if you don't get when you don't get your way, this may mean you have an overly romantic approach to life. You may be overly disconnected a little bit from reality. You may experience disappointment because you got caught up in the excitement of your emotions or your situation. So, hold on, wait a minute. Hold on, wait a minute. Hold on, wait a minute. So, like this makes me think about, like, sometimes people feel like the world or the universe or even a person has rejected them. A person has rejected them, but they never put their intentions into the world. How are we supposed to know that we rejected you? You ain't even tell us. You got this expectation for us. You have an expectation for me, but you didn't tell me about this expectation. You just wanted me to just know. That's very water sign energy, first of all. Water sign energy. Like, how is I supposed to know? But now you offended. You offended because I got boundaries. But you never told me anything. You offended. Your feelings are hurt. Because you had one idea in your head that was real dreamy, and then you never actually put the intention into reality, because in actuality, you have to put it into reality for it to actually matter to anybody else, right? So you put this big expectation in from your mind, and you put that mind dreamy expectation into reality, but you never put that intention into the world. So now you feel your feelings hurt, you butt hurt. Come on now. That's what this is about. It's that overly romantic approach to life and disconnected from reality. Okay? Definitely some water sign energy. This is even Pisces energy, and I'm a Pisces moon. I'll say it, baby. Did I just pop? I heard a little tap tap. I thought one of these little. Side note. Go follow Empress Luxury Nails. Okay, these nails, okay, on Instagram. Empress Luxury Nails. All right. So yeah, we done talked about that reverse Knight of Cups. All right. Now, I done told y'all it was coming. But you want to know something? Lucky you don't got to see yourself hang, because the hanged man is reversed, which is kind of, to me, this is. When the hanged man appears anyway, you're trying to be the martyr. You're trying to put you hanging yourself. You okay to be hung out there. You chilling. Look at him, chilling. You got poise. But look, now you're like a flamingo. You're standing on one foot, okay? This is delays, resistance, stalling, indecision, okay? You need to hit the pause button, but you're resisting it. You and your spirit and your body are asking you to slow down, but your mind keeps racing, okay? Stop before it's too late. Maybe you're getting blocked, stuck, or restricted, being held up by other people or circumstances. So it's like right now, your body is telling you to stop. Your world is telling you to stop, but you ain't. Your world is, you over here, you like, like, no, you may be getting blocked, stuck, or restricted, or held up by other people or circumstances. You need to surrender to what is. So this is saying, like, okay, with this card, this one is like, you need to assess the situation, just like the last one. Assess the situation, like, be realistic. Okay, look at all the stuff in the situation. Be real. Assess what is and what ain't, because some stuff just ain't. Okay, assess what is and what ain't. All right, surrender to what is and let go of what should be. Okay, Let go of what should be. Remember, I told you that water sign energy is all about what could be. But hold on, y'all. I feel something burning in the oven. Please don't let me burn on fire. Okay. My house ain't on fire. Okay? I'm alive. I'm well. My Indian puff is out of the oven. Okay? Anyways, all right, back to this. This is the stall. It's that stall button. Okay? This is that pause button. All right? So, your realization to move forward is when you have that breakthrough inside on what it is that's going on. Like, it's like connecting the dream world to the actual reality, okay? That's what I kind of feel like this card is about for you in this moment. It's about you stalling in decision or plan or action, and you're waiting to decide whether you need to move around, whatever the case it may be. But honestly and truthfully, you just need to have that breakthrough with yourself. Stop putting yourself on hold for other people, but assess where it is that you can like find the balance so that you're no longer in this stop phase. Because remember that when you're stalled, you're not leveling up. When you're in survival, you're not getting any points on the board. Whenever you're stalled, you're not leveling up. Do you hear me? Okay, so there's that. Let's keep going. Oh, there was also another one of these nice, lovely spiritual AF cards, okay? The spiritual AF card says, be yourself even if you're crazy. Stop worrying about normal ass, nothing ass people judging your cool, weird ass, okay? There'll be none of that today. Anytime you feel yourself worrying about any of those asses, remember who you got to wake up to every morning. You, baby, you. Your job is to make sure you're good on your own terms. Check in with what you really care about and make sure you're living up to that, not what all those asses out there might be thinking, okay? So again, remember I said a lot of this is just checking in with you. This is a pause on the external and a goal on the self. Okay, so you getting back on track is you revisiting yourself, revisiting your original ideas, revisiting your plans for yourself, revisiting your vision for yourself, and revisiting yourself, living in your own authentic truth, revisiting your authentic truth. Who is your authentic truth? Who are you when you're alone? Maybe revisiting your moon sign. Who are you when you're alone? Okay. So yes, what else did I write down for this? Because I like to write down a lot of my own notes. Make sure you're on good terms with yourself. Stop worrying about how they'll receive you for what you're doing. Go for it go for it with you in mind first. Don't worry about what you think they want from you. That's a part of the problem. You're too worried about what they think, and you need to get grounded with yourself. That's what I wrote down. Seriously, you're too worried about what they think. Too worried about what they think. Remember I said pause on the external. This may also, what you need to get grounded is some isolation. Okay? What you need to get back on track is some isolation. How others perceive you and what other people think of you is not even really your concern right now. You need to get on track with self. Okay? On the angels and ancestors oracle deck, the hunter. Track down your fears and desires. Track down your fears and desires, okay? When you track down your fears, you'll find desires too. This is represented by the hunted and the hunter, both fearful and fearless. Instead of being hunted down by your fears and other things you buried, become the hunter. Don't cower away or live in the shadows. Realize your fullest potential by stepping up and doing what needs to be done. Could be an opportunity to face an aspect of your past, bring you closer to a situation that's been haunting you. In men, it represents masculinity, an opportunity to know yourself deeper, and people who identify as male. Okay, in someone who identifies as woman or feminine, this is the capacity to be strong. That's what it represents, the capacity to be strong and powerful and overcome your limitations, okay? This is the hunter. When I think of a female hunter, I think like, what's my girl? Not Brienne of Tar. She's more like a knight. Anyway, it'll come to me later. But anyways, track down that inner hunter. Remember, I told you, it's a pause on the external. It's a go in you. You got to hunt down you, your fears and your desires. You got to know what's good for you, and you got to find that authentic self within that. The next thing that I saw, or the next card that I pulled, was from the Moonology deck. Your hard work is paying off. Okay, new moon in Capricorn. So a lot of time with the full moon you attract, and with the new moon a lot of time you see what you've called in. Okay, you see what you've called in. Your hard work is paying off. Okay, new moon in Capricorn. Start professionally, perhaps. If you're unhappy, renegotiate or look for something new. A new plan or strategy is called for. You need to take a look at the long term and think about where you want to be in 12 months or 5 years time. Be ambitious. This is like, to me, I think about this card like a New Year's resolution card. Plan, be disciplined. And because with the New Year's resolutions, you have to be very disciplined to keep them going on. Granted, the New Year starts really at like almost the end of the year, naturally in reality, but still, this for us earthlings here in the US, Capricorn is all about New Year's Eve energy, that New Year's Eve, NYE, okay? How do you keep those New Year's resolutions? You stay disciplined, you stay balanced, you stay grounded, you have a little bit of restriction, you have some structure. This is that time to build that and look into yourself, and knowing that when you build that structure, that it's going to pay off, okay? Building that structure within yourself, all right? And last but not least, was the Animal Spirit card. The Animal Spirit card, I chose it chose y'all, okay? The Black Egg, okay? The Black Egg, speaking from an authentic voice, the truth. The truth inside. No confusion, excuses, small talk, noise, or lies, not even white ones. All right, this made me think throat chakra activations. Anyways, maybe drawn to activities like writing, reading, teaching, singing, public speaking. Any concept of truth itself draws us in. What do I know to be true about myself? What is true about the world? You may speak from an unsure place, saying things others want to hear, gossip, or repeat stories to justify subpar behavior. This is an invitation to connect with your own inner truth. This is about speech and expression. Speak your inner truth. This may also be a social media detox. Didn't I tell y'all? This is a pause on the external and a go button within, okay? You may be feeding into too much gossip and looking at, the time of celebrity is over, okay? The time of celebrity is over. Look at where we were a year ago and look at where we are now. When the last time you've been to the movies? When the last time do you buy the expensive Amazon Prime cinema? Because I don't. Maybe I should. But I'm just saying, that's what this deck invites you. This deck invites you to look within, okay? Look within. Deck number 2, that is going to be how you'll get back on track. Pause on the external and go deeper within, okay? If this reading resonates with you, you like what I like, or you like what I said, you can always gently spank that subscribe button. You can share this with a friend. You can give me a thumbs up about it, or you can leave me a comment. I love to know that you are nourished and that you are growing. And of course, I love to know that Hooker Be Knowing. You can also follow me at Hooker Be Knowing on social, or on on Instagram, on Twitter, and on that other platform, CH. Okay. yeah, I love to hear from people. I love to know that what I'm saying is resonating with you, and I hope to hear from y'all soon. All right, that's it. That's all I have for deck number 2. Y'all have a great one. Welcome, deck number 3. 3. I'm really tripping right now because I have been pausing and stopping to make this video all day. And now I'm finally at deck number 3, and I'm just really loving this light, okay? I'm just being straight up. I love this light on my skin. I really do. I'm feeling it. Okay. Deck number 3, you had the Chevron Amethyst. The Chevron Amethyst. Okay. Now, something about the Chevron Amethyst, it is an amethyst and white quartz mix. Usually it has more of a point. This was one that I went and got at the Johnson Rock Shop in Livingston, Texas. But the Chevron Amethyst is actually, like, for the price that I got it for, I feel like it's a steal, and I really shouldn't be telling nobody my gems, but that's where I get my gems. Anyways, I got it at that place, and I just was like, this is a very interesting stone, and I was called to grab it. And I grabbed a couple of them, and it is one that really helps with intuitive clarity. This is one all about being with the higher self and working with higher chakras. This is a third eye and crown chakra stone. So let me let you see that a little bit better, you know. Okay. All right, so this also, what else was it about this one? Like I said, it has white quartz and amethyst. I just really, this is a good one for psychic ability. If you are someone trying to get to your dreams and trying to remember your dreams, trying to see things in imagery and see how it connects with the world, like seeing pictures and identifying how they may resonate with you actually. Like, that is what you're seeing with the Chevron Amethyst, okay? So what I like to do with every pick a card reading as of right now, and this is my first one, so I don't know, some may change, but I think I like this style. I treat every one of them as an actual reading, something that I would do for a personal reading that you can actually book with me if you'd like. But I like to divine first and then get to the tarot cards. So I get these things aside from tarot. I don't necessarily go to tarot for these particular things. Now, you can let me know if these things resonate with you in the comments. I love to hear and know because some of them don't make as much sense to me as they would to you. So, all right, and please don't mind my notes. I'm a Gemini, and I really love to get out all of my thoughts, okay? So I'm sorry, all right? Anyways, the first thing that I saw was a soap dispenser and the ocean. Didn't know why I saw that, but I thought maybe you may be needing a spiritual bath with lots of salt. Clearing energy is what I felt. Then I saw like a bird. I kind of saw a viewpoint from the bird flying over mountains and looking down into mountains. Now, when you're looking down into mountains, imagine your mountains being the things that you've climbed because you're looking down into them. You're looking over them. Mountains are things that you've climbed, things that you have transmuted, and the things that you've grown from, right? But this is a bird looking deep down into those mountains, deep down and over. So you may be revisiting things from the past, reflecting in moments from the past, and you have overcome some things, right? You've overcome some things, and maybe you need to revisit how far you've come. Mountains are huge, and you still managed to fly over them. You may be an animal lover, is something else that I picked up from this crystal. I actually picked up like animal lover. You may, or animals may be attracted to you. I also saw a conductor conducting. I didn't know if I was getting the conductor or the ones playing, but a conductor conducting an opera. And and they were like intense with it, but thorough. Lots of cherry red colored string instruments. String instruments are complex. This is my thoughts. String instruments are complex, likely aligning things together very tightly so they can be in flow. Specifically, I thought about how it sounds chaotic to me because I've never been to, like, it just sounds like chaos, but organized chaos. It's complex chaos, right? So you may have a bit of well-organized chaos. The next thing that I saw was a woodpecker. I was like, what am I seeing a woodpecker for? But a woodpecker, and I thought I had to go search. Why does a woodpecker peck wood? Okay. They go to peck wood in search of food or to create a nesting site. They also drum or peck in rapid rhythmic motion to establish territories or attract mates. So maybe right now you are building a home or trying to find a mate, establish territory, and you might also be eating good is what I saw. Like, you may also be eating well. I don't remember why I said eating well, but you may be in that stage where, like, you know how when you first get a new job, you just like start to bask in that glory for a second. Like, yeah, I got a new job. I can get this. And the job paid more than the last job, that kind of thing. It's kind of like that a little bit. But now it's like, yeah, that was kind of what I felt on that one. But it, like I said, you may be in that place, like pecking at wood, though. Like, it may look like you pecking at wood, but you actually making some stuff happen, okay? Then I saw a bird, swift conducting, and a woodpecker. So again, air, okay? Very creative energy. Then I saw the Goofy movie, okay? So I kept seeing like little bits and pieces from the Goofy movie. And then, okay, so I don't remember what the Goofy movie character was, but it was like the one that Tevin Campbell played, right? And then didn't like Goofy come out and Goofy was like a star of the show, right? So I kind of saw that like everybody be trying to play you, bro. Everybody be trying to play you, but you really finna be the star of the show. Everybody trying to play you, but you really finna be the star of the show. And know that it's coming for you. Know that it's like, hey, look. And it's subtle flex. Goofy ain't had to audition, practice, nothing. He just was like, this was an accident. He came out there cold, you know what I'm saying? Clean, you know what I'm saying? That's you, okay? So yeah, I saw that kind of like the Goofy movie. And on stage dancing with Tevin Campbell, being the star of the show, just knowing that it's okay to be that too. I also saw pancakes, layers, Caesars, pizza, I don't know what it was. Something flat, round, and tasty. Then I saw like Caesars spinning around like a pizza on one hand and kissing his pecs in another, you know, kissing his pecs. So it's like your time finna come where you allowed to flex. It's okay to flex a little bit. It's okay to be feeling yourself is what I got from that. So like that was the stuff I picked up just from divining, okay? So let's get into the actual cards because I don't want to monopolize your time with all the divines, okay? But I got good vibes from this read. All right, so the first things was the Three of Wands reverse. All right, the Three of Wands reverse is you stop psyching yourself out. You're psyching yourself out, okay? And like I said, I refer to my notes and they are beside me, so yeah, I'm going to continue to do that. All right. So yes, you're playing it small. Okay. Lack of foresight, unexpected delays. You wanted to make some things happen, but now you're looking at it scared. Okay. You're staying in your comfort zone, playing it safe. And for me, I feel like the comfort zone is never going to get you where you want to be. All right. It's not going to get you very far. Ever. The comfort zone is a level of you not leveling up. That's how I always think about the comfort zone. You don't level up when you're in the comfort zone. Because shoot, you only level up when you get uncomfortable. Straight up. All right. So this is about closing yourself off from new opportunities and limiting your potential. Could also mean you started and now you may have created blocks or unexpected delays, creative blocks or unexpected delays. Like now you may have come to a stump. Like now, what do I do now? What do I do now? All right. And it's time to get creative. And maybe you feel like you've wasted time in certain parts of your project, whatever it is that you're working on. Maybe it's even a relationship. I don't think this is a relationship. It might be a relationship, but it could also be like a business plan. This could also just be something that you're working on, with yourself. You feeling like, God damn it, I done got, you feeling like you wasted time. If this isn't the case, this could be a warning to plan with some room. You may have unexpected delays and frustrating obstacles to overcome or just to come, all right? You may have to add yourself some buffer time so that you don't underestimate how much time, sorry y'all, I'm tripping. Don't judge me. I'm reading my own handwriting. And I just want you to see, I write like a doctor, okay? It's like really, it's a trip, okay? It's a lot. Judge me, okay? Judge me. All right. So, yeah. Add yourself some buffer time so that you don't underestimate how much time you need or if you'll need to wait on others, okay? You may feel like you've overcommitted. Break down your ideas into smaller tasks and make them more manageable and realistic. I was telling another deck about how sometimes instead of giving yourself 10 things to do at one time, give yourself one thing to do 10 times, okay? Be realistic and set yourself some time. And this is plan. All right? Because now you in it. And now you ain't no pussy. That's the simplest way to say it. You're not a pussy. You're not. You're stronger than that. Now you in it. So now you got to keep planning and don't play small. Okay? Don't close yourself off from new opportunities. Don't play small. Like really start look at all of the things that you have. All right? And start maybe making a list, making time for yourself. Maybe giving yourself more time to complete these tasks, more realistic time to complete these tasks. Like, don't tell yourself that you can get something done. All right, let me put this down. All right, so I'm on Clubhouse. Am I allowed to say that? Anyway, I'm on Clubhouse. And on Clubhouse, there's all these different groups like make $1 million, da-da-da-da-da. And I'm like, well, shit. Are there any groups about making a quick 5K? Because I could go for that right now. I could go for that a good two times. Let me flip that. And I'll be set for a moment. You know what I'm saying? Not that I just want to be set, but I'm just saying like everybody want to get all the way to the top, but they don't ever give themselves that buffer room. All they want to do is like just go straight for the big money. You just want instant results. And sometimes that's the people that do this right here. Sometimes that's the people that want to go to spirit all the time, go and pray for stuff all the time, go and ask people for stuff all the time, go to spirit and keep asking, keep begging, keep wanting stuff, but don't have no change behavior for nothing that you got going on. No change behavior for shit. You keep doing the same shit, but you want spirit to change your world, but you ain't done no changing. You know what I'm saying? That kind of stuff. So, but yeah, it's like, I don't know how I got there, but I really feel that energy. Anyways, let's get to the next card, okay? Let's get to the next card, which was the 5 of Cups. Now, this card, I always think of this card as build a bridge and get over it. But let's go deeper than that today. I won't do that to you. Okay? Now, remember, this is a man who stands before 2 cups. kneeling and crying and sad at the cups that have already spilled, okay? All right. So this is about regret, failure, disappointment, pessimism. You're looking at what you've lost and not what you still have left. Even fixated on the spilled milk instead of using the remaining milk for your cereal. Okay? You're going to miss opportunities. All you can focus on right now is what went wrong and how you failed. Set yourself time to move on. Like right now, you're sulking. You're sulking in your sadness, and it's upsetting me and my homegirls. Straight up, because you're just like nobody. You're stuck in that cycle, and you want to be there. You want to be there. You don't have to even, like, sometimes you just got to wake up and realize, like, I'm leaving myself here. I'm leaving myself soaking in my sadness, soaking in my negativity, licking my wounds. Okay. All right. Anyways, okay, all you can do right now is fixate on what went wrong and how you failed. Set yourself time to move on. Old wounds and bitter memories flood your mind, and you may blame yourself or stay victim. Like, you may be over here saying, oh no, why me? Oh my gosh, what could I have done wrong? Oh, I could have did this. Oh, stop doing that. Stop doing that. Like, that's not going to help you. That's not going to help you get where you're trying to go. Like, do you want to stay there? Okay, so the same concept. Oh my gosh, it's almost, some of y'all may have multiple reads. Like, some of y'all may choose more than one, honestly, because, yeah, same thing. Sometimes people have let something that was supposed to be a mood become a temperament, and now it is a personality trait. So now you got to grow up, okay? This is you're never going to be presented with an obstacle that you can't transcend. You can't have the good without the bad. So you're focusing on the bad instead of looking at the good too. You're only looking at the negative in the situation right now. I don't know what that situation is, but you're caught in your feelings about it. Okay. All right. Negative emotions are holding you back from your fullest potential. Forgiveness. Forgive yourself and others, even if you don't feel like it. Release the disappointment, even if it's you, knowing that you did the best that you could and your actions match your judgment at the moment. Like, that's a big thing for me. I have to, stop blaming myself for the shit that went wrong. Okay. I'm sorry for my words. It's the end of the day. Okay. But all right. I'll be better one day. All right. You can't blame yourself for the shit that went wrong. You can't sit up there and be mad at yourself. How long you gonna be mad at yourself about it? How long you gonna cry? How long do you want to stay there? What happens when you move? What's next now? Okay. That's what this is saying. All right. Release disappointment. Okay. Also, move past this for the hindsight of it. Wisdom of the present comes from the mistakes of the past. Okay. We learn so much when we make some bad choices, and when we make mistakes, we learn a lot. Okay. Also, move past whatever. New opportunities are waiting from you. What about this can I change? So I wrote down what about this can I change, because that's something that my mother used to tell me, was what about this can I change? Okay. New opportunities are waiting for you. You're so stuck in the same cycle over and over and over again. I always think of a gerbil wheel, everybody running. Then you got to get outside the gerbil wheel. When you get outside the gerbil wheel, now you're like, oh, everybody's still on that thing. Okay, now I got to think different. What about this situation can I change to not be in the same cycle? You know what I'm saying? I didn't even recognize this in my head. It's almost like a violin playing music. This whole time in my head. It's like a soap opera. Okay, stop being so dramatic. Okay. Now, the the next card that I saw was, or the next card that I had here was the Eight of Pentacles. Okay, the Eight of Pentacles, you've been working on some things. You've been making some shit happen. You've been kind of being that perfectionist, apprenticeship, repetitive tasks, mastery, skill development. You're diligently working hard on something physically, like in this physical world. Maybe it's a relationship, maybe it's your weight, maybe it's a job, maybe it's a new maybe it's a new inspiration, innovative idea that you got. But you've been working real hard on it, and that's good. And you're developing what is called like mastery in it. Okay, you're becoming a master in it. Okay. And you may be going further on something that you already know. All right. May also be working on the finer details of your life to improve your situation. I'm sorry, let me at least hold it better. Okay. You may be working on the fine details of your life to improve your situation. This is a card that you are committed to making those changes. Keep doing whatever you're doing. And if you aren't working, ask yourself, and if you aren't, ask yourself, okay, keep doing whatever you're doing and ask yourself what you could learn or create to better yourself. Okay, there we go. Yeah. All right, if you ask the universe for signs, believe what shows up. And that's crazy, right? That's crazy. Right. Anyways, the next card was from the Spiritual AF, like, I guess it's a daily pull deck. The card that I pulled for deck number 3 was, if you ask the universe for a sign, believe what shows up. Okay. If you ask the universe for signs, believe what shows up. Seriously, don't go asking a tarot deck about that lover you're pretty sure you should leave, and then pull the leave their ass card and pretend like you don't know what it's saying. That, sweetheart, is a recipe for some cosmic ass kicking. The universe is loving as fuck, but it created the tough love game. If you ask for direction and don't listen, she's gonna rain signs on it on you till you do. All right, bonus sign. If you pull this card asking if you should learn to twerk, you totally should. So what I got from this card is, like, it made me think of how whenever I pull tarot cards and ask a question and then I'll keep pulling, right? I'll keep pulling until I get the card that I want, right? Or this is what I used to do. This is what I'm thinking about the time I did it in August, whenever I first opened up my books, when I first really started to get serious about all of this, and now it's January. So, but yeah, that day I realized, I was like, I gotta stop doing this, because what I'm doing is I'm asking my guides and ancestors for a question, and then whenever they give me the answer, I act like I don't hear them, because I ain't like the response. And it reminded me of how my mom and my grandpa sometimes used to call my name, or any of us, and sometimes we would act like we ain't hear them. And when we get down there, why the hell you ain't come, I ain't hear you. When you figure out it can work, you become a trash ass individual as a child. But anyway, it's just like that. It's like when you hear your people calling you and you don't answer, you're going to have to eventually go downstairs anyway and go see what they want. And I would prefer to go ahead and get it out of the way, because usually it's an inconvenience for you anyway, because now you're getting yelled at. Now it's a negative consequence, whatever it is. Now you're getting yelled at by the universe. Now you're getting yelled at by your mama because you acted like you didn't hear what they said. You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't serve you to do that. Take it for what it is and move on was another thing that I got. If you ask the universe for signs, believe what shows up. Okay? Believe what shows up. And believe in yourself. If the signs are good, believe in yourself. Okay? If the signs tell you that this is what it is, don't be so psyched out that you don't deserve it. You deserve. Take whatever that is. Okay? Okay. The next card that I pulled was from the Angels, well, two cards from the Angels and Ancestors Oracle deck. The first one being the Trader. Exchange energy to create abundance. This is an opportunity to exchange talents in order to expand, or maybe about the exchange of energies from the universe. Be open, honest, and act with integrity in your exchanges. Do something to get something will lead to challenges. So this is saying, like, this is exactly what I said a second ago. I literally just said this is that you want, but you ain't doing nothing. You ain't putting out no abundance. You gotta be a trader, okay? What was my tweet yesterday? I gotta find my tweet now. What did my tweet say? Yup. My tweet said, let me go to it because I liked it. And I found out how the algorithm worked because of it. My tweet said, Spirit is not your sugar daddy. Give a little something. Don't act cheap either. At the very least, raise your energetic currency. All you want is money, but you ain't even got no abundance to share. Energy looking like it needs to borrow a charger. Okay, that's what your energy looking like. Come on now. You just want some stuff. You just want some stuff. Be a trader. Where's your abundance? What are you sharing? Okay. What have you changed your energy? Have you changed your energy currency? Huh? Trade. Okay. You gotta give a little something to get a little something in this situation. Spirit, not your sugar daddy. Spirit, not your sugar daddy. Okay. All right. So yes, ask yourself what you can give, not what you can get. Support to feel supported. Don't hold back and don't have an expectation from them, but be open to great opportunities from sharing your offerings. Okay. So share your offerings and know that the exchange will come back to you. Stop looking for you to get something back from the exchange all the time. Sometimes it's not about what you get, it's about what you give and what did you put into it in the first place? What did you put into this situation in the first place? You buying a new course? No, it's not about what you finna get from it, what they offer from it. Did Spirit bring you to it? Yes, Spirit brought you to it. So now look at what you finna put into it to get something out of it. Okay? You get what I mean? You get what I mean? Okay, so the next card that I got from the Angels and Ancestors Oracle deck was the She-Wolf. The She-Wolf is about unleashing the wild within. Unleash the wild within. Okay, so the She-Wolf, balance feminine energy or balance female energy. Unleash your talents and desires. It's the alpha male, not afraid to stand out of the wild, unfiltered and unfettered. Okay, don't be trapped by others' limiting beliefs because you have gifts they don't like or understand. If you've been holding back, you're encouraged to chase your dreams now. Don't let any traps or hunters get in the way of your freedom or growth. Okay, so this is like, okay, look, I know I'm surrounded by a whole bunch of y'all little pussies. Okay, and I ain't got time for that because right now I'm trying to eat. I'm trying to be better. This is same thing for all three decks. Show up authentically. Okay, be you, boo. Okay, be you. All right. So this is a time to go get it. This is that time to unleash the wild within you. This is that creative energy. This is the time to go and get whatever it is that you're trying to go get. Go get it. But don't be worried about what anybody else has to say about it. Don't worry about how they finna dampen your dreams. This is your intuitive energy. This is the hunter within you. Okay? This is the hunter within you. You got to go deep within yourself. Okay? All right, so next chord is the bigger picture. Okay, look at the bigger picture from the Moonology Oracle deck. Okay, look at the bigger picture. It's pretty plain and simple. It's the full moon in Sagittarius. This is like look at the wisdom that you've gained from everything overall, okay? Look at the wisdom that you've gained from everything overall. Not just the short-term wisdom, but the long-term, okay? Look at everything, the bigger picture, okay? Look at all of that to propel you forward, okay? So yeah, and use that to fuel the wild within you too, because I don't know why I thought immediately back to the she-wolf card. All right, so remember, okay, all right, so the last card that I pulled, like I said, look, there was some air energy all up and through here, and I'm telling you, there is a likelihood that you were also pulled to another deck, okay? You were likely also pulled to another deck. So if you felt it, go and watch that video as well, okay? Go and watch that video as well. But anyways, the dragon is about seeing one's true self, balancing the true ego. This is the courageous visionary. And the dragon can easily drop into witness consciousness. The dragon sees beauty everywhere. And judge me later, but there's like a tale about the dragon. The dragon is about the inner fire, and the inner fire being your sacred intelligence. So when you have the dragon, that means your sacred intelligence is bright, okay? Transformative. This means fire, okay? Fire can turn things and it never becomes the same ever again, okay? This reminds me of old people. They say what they want. They be who they want. Have you ever seen that old person who dress however the fuck they want to dress? They don't give a damn. They don't give a damn. They wearing some green shorts that are like, if you ever had to think of what knickerbockers were, this is what I would think that they were. And they might wear like a striped blue and yellow and orange and purple and poorly placed color scheme together with these poorly placed pants, knickerbockers, and they wear whatever the hell they want to wear, okay? All right, so anyways, but yeah, it reminds me of old people who say whatever the hell that they want to say, because they find there's beauty in that. There's like the beauty in you saying whatever it is that you want to say, because old people, even when they say the meanest things, they stick to you, and you find the beauty in them as you get oldest or as you get older. All right, get to know the self, and what truly sparks your fire, not being afraid of that fire, and surrender to that fire and let go. All right, a dragon has to see beauty or it'll all burn. That's the way you got to think about it. A dragon has to see beauty or else it'll all burn. I thought of that. A dragon has to see beauty or else it'll all burn. You got to think about that. If a dragon didn't see beauty everywhere, if a dragon did not see beauty everywhere, there would have been nothing, okay? Dragons, I feel like dragons existed many, many, many years ago. But like I said, if dragons didn't see beauty everywhere, it would all burn. Everything. Everything. Think of Game of Thrones. If they didn't see beauty in it, it would all burn. Straight up. So how do I think that, just in reflection, how do I feel that deck number 3 could get back on course? You get back on course by embracing your authentic identity. You get back on course by seeing how far you've come. By seeing how far you've come and not residing in that place of how far you've come. You know, but by seeing the beauty in how far you've come, by not blaming yourself for the mistakes or the journeys, the steps that you've taken in the past, but carrying on the goodness into your future, right? So you will get back on track by reflecting and seeing how far you've come and letting go of what you don't need to have with you right now. Don't cry over the spilled milk. You've been working on some stuff. So now, look at how far you've come. Build your bridge and get over that bitch, okay? So yes, be your true authentic self. I think that's all I got. If this reading resonated with you, please gently spank that subscribe button. Gently give me a thumbs up. I don't know how you could do that. Give me a thumbs up about it. Share this video with a friend or leave me a comment. I love to know that you have been nourished and that you are growing. And of course, I love to know that Hooker be knowing. You can also find me on all of my platform or all the platforms that I'm on, which is like Twitter, Instagram, and Clubhouse. I think I'm allowed to say that. You know what? Whatever. I said it now. Anyways, Hooker be knowing. Hooker be knowing. With a G, okay? Full words here, all right? You can connect with me. You can also book a reading through Instagram. So you can book a reading from my Instagram page. That is where my booking information is. And if you would like it personally, I can send it directly to you. I hope that you enjoyed this pick a card reading. You have a great week. Have a great day and be well and abundance and so on and so forth and things. Bye.